Good afternoon. It is Tuesday afternoon, Padre's Ponderings again, and we're holding our masks.
You don't have a wipe. Notice where my wipe is.
Under your mask.
Inside.
Nice.
It's a Clorox thing, and it would stain, it would take the color out on it, so I've got it on the inside.
That was smart.
Using those kidneys.
Always thinking, always
Yes,
thinking.
Sirree. You got to get up pretty early to beat the old boy.
Yeah. A lot of stuff going on.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on. So we're planning for Christmas. A lot of people are already putting up their Christmas decorations.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Jason's already put his up. I was at a ministry meeting the other day, and one of the women said, I'm thinking about putting them up early. And I'm like, you know what, why not? 2020 has been interesting. If that cheers people up.
Well, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it.
Brings back all those memories and nostalgia. And
there was a lady in Orangeburg when I was up there that I ministered to, an elderly lady, and she kept her Christmas tree up year round. She liked it. It sat on her table. It was a little tinfoil, I mean not tinfoil, but it was a little silver thing, and she had a couple of really big bulbs that didn't really belong on there, but they meant something to her. And she said, I just like looking at it. There you go. There you go.
Christmas brings back so many memories too, for everybody.
Yep.
So.
Yep. And in most cases, they're good. Sometimes it's a hard season for people, though. Hard season. Too many memories of folks no longer around the tree. And
that's true.
That kind of stuff.
That's
true. You got a serious box there.
So, yes, speaking of Christmas.
Speaking of Christmas,
Operation Christmas Child, this is the weekend that we start turning them in. So if you're coming to in-person services on Saturday at 528 or Sunday at any of our campuses, bring your shoebox to the service and we'll collect them for you. Or on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you can bring them to the front door of the chapel. I'll be collecting them there on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Wednesday's the last day because we're going to take them to the drop-off location. I believe it's on Hilton Head this year on the 18th, that afternoon. So between 9 o'clock and 4 o'clock, you can come to the chapel on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and drop them off. So here are a few that Linnell and Charlie Jensen dropped off because they're going to be out of town. And this is just a shoebox they had at home. This is pretty simple.
Than the shoeboxes that were provided last year. It looks like a pair of boots or something was in there.
This must be Charlie's shoes.
Must be. Whoa.
I know, look, I don't want to unpack it all, but the things that, clothes, hairbrush, ball, how fun. And it's marked and ready to roll. So bring your shoe boxes. And the shoe box doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be the green and red one from Samaritan's Purse. Any shoe box will work. Yeah.
Wonderful.
So that's this weekend. So that's exciting. Hopefully we can collect a lot of shoe boxes. We're doing it in conjunction with the school. So.
Yeah, they'll have a lot of them over there. A lot of them. That's wonderful.
Yeah. So that's this weekend. So that's what the shoe box is.
Well, I have a show and tell too.
You do? What do you have? A magazine.
A magazine. Normally I don't.
I usually throw those away.
I usually do too, but something moved me, the Spirit perhaps, to look inside of it. And in here, what did I find? But the co-op, the electric co-op, gives all these grants. And look at here, cross schools. Look at all the.
Oh my goodness.
Teachers apply for grants for special things they're doing. Read that out. Read that out.
Cross schools, Ms. BC, she I think is 5th or 6th grade. She got a grant. Pam Donahue. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 6 people get grants from Palmetto Electric.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Sure is, recognizing special work, and cross schools are doing a great job. Great job. Lots of wonderful children over there, lots of wonderful teachers. Gospel is being proclaimed.
Yes, Palmetto Electric's Bright Ideas Grant Program. That's wonderful. A great way to help the community. Lots of schools participated. So that's a real positive thing.
Another
exciting.
positive thing.
Okay, we're all about positivity and attitude of gratitude today.
What is the most recognizable landmark on Hilton Head?
The lighthouse.
The lighthouse. Do you know that named after the lighthouse is the Lighthouse Awards
Okay.
given by the Home Builders Association
Okay.
in Hilton Head and Bluffton?
I have heard of that.
And this year, the chapel won the outstanding award in the light commercial industry for design, particularly of the beams and the belfry and the bell tower, all the rest of that. Pretty spiff.
So that's exciting. Fraser Construction.
Fraser Construction, Joe and the heir apparent, Jay, is there, and we have lots of families that work with that, and they've done lots of work for us. So that's just a way of recognizing that something special has been done that makes a contribution to the community, and to design, and kind of a source of inspiration for other builders in the area to venture out on the edge, on the cusp of doing things, and they were particularly impressed by all the beam work up there. And I was in here the day that Lauren had a man with a drone in here, and they were flying the drone up there inside those beams, taking pictures of how it all comes together and stuff. Pretty slick, pretty slick.
I was looking through my phone, and sometimes your phone will alert you, oh, here's what happened a year ago today. And recently it was a picture of the chapel in the construction mode, and it wasn't blue yet, but the beams were going in, and so that's been a year.
That just came up on your phone?
Mm-hmm. Pops up, here's a reminder, a memory, yes. So that's exciting. But it's interesting to think about a year ago.
Regina says
This wasn't ready.
too many memories on my computer. My email thing on there.
Your email's out of control.
I got about 3,800 of those on there. She says I need to eliminate some memories. Why are you holding on to those? Well, you never know when you're going to need something, but that many years ago, perhaps not.
So, keeping up with the good news of today. So we're just attitude of gratitude, positivity today. Right?
Positivity today.
Positivity today.
You know what your mother was doing first thing this morning? You couldn't possibly guess.
No.
She was taking the car, my car, to the dealership to be serviced because yesterday she heard a noise. And she is super sensitive about noises. I have to be very quiet in the house. If I make an unusual noise, she jumps up.
What was that?
Yeah, what's that? What are you coughing at? What is that? And she's just sensitive about that. So it's translated out into the garage now, and she heard a noise, so it's down there being worked on some, driving her car today. You get old, people listen for things.
That's true.
Your mama says I make noises. I wouldn't say that she made noises. Some things are best left unsaid.
All right, speaking of Christmas.
Christmas, oh yeah,
Christmas and positivity.
We were speaking on that.
Yes, so we have an announcement today. Remember last week you said we were going to announce Christmas services at Padre's Ponderings. So here you go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Christmas Eve services and 1 Christmas service. So on the historic campus, we're going to have a 6 o'clock p.m., 7:30 p.m., 9 o'clock p.m., and 10:30 p.m. The chapel, we're going to have 2, 6 o'clock and 7:30. And at Cross Point, 3 o'clock and 4:30. Christmas Day, there'll be 1 service on the historic campus at 10 o'clock.
A lot of singing.
So that's
Christmas carols, poinsettias will be everywhere.
9 total services for those 2 days.
We'll have the band at Cross Point, and then on the historic campus, and here we'll have a brass quartet and all that kind of stuff, and singing the Christmas carols. Beautiful music that time of year, beautiful music. And the preaching, well, what can I say?
Yeah, that's top
It'll
notch.
be over the top, over the top. Mary and Joseph, there's a lot you can do in there. So talk about the baby too.
Very good. So that's exciting. Sign-ups are not going to start right away. We won't. It's on the calendar on the website, so if you go to events and skip over to December, you'll see all the services listed. Registration will open for that. I believe it's Wednesday, December 9th.
For the sign up for the Christmas.
For the sign-up for the Christmas services.
And we've got, and you really need to be serious when you sign up, not just for the Christmas services, but for all the services, because the capacity is tight. And when the seating fills up, then it fills up, and don't sign up on a maybe, because then you maybe won't come, and somebody who is definitely going to come is left out. So don't do that. We'll have seating. What does this say down there? Seating on Christmas services. I've got it worked out, so we'll be able to seat. What is that? About 1,200 people in all those services right there. But 1,200 people is less than half of what we had attending Christmas Eve services last year. So it's, you're going to sign up, be there. And if you're not sure you can be there, don't sign up.
Or if you sign
and
up.
And it'll be streamed. Right?
Yes, we're going to have some services streamed also from Cross Point and the chapel. So we'll keep you up to date on which ones are going to be streamed if you're not ready to come back or you want to be at home. If you sign up and then you're not feeling well or something comes up and you can't make it, you can always let us know to cancel your reservation so those seats are added back in.
Right. Good thinking.
Yeah.
Good thinking. Yeah. Yeah. And if you start feeling bad, don't come. Give us a break. Stay home. Yeah. It's just the way it is. We're in a strange time and we don't want to make anybody feel like if they come, there's going to be people coughing on them and all that kind of stuff. You stay home if you're sick. Yeah. Or you think you might be sick.
And we'll have children's programs and nursery at the Cross Point services. So the 3 o'clock and the 4:30. Michael Ann was all excited when we were just talking about it.
Great.
They're already planning for crafts and stories and everything for the kids. Right. So that will also require a sign up to them.
That'll be good. And I'm planning for the, did we talk about last week, the weekend after Christmas?
We did not. This is new.
Christmas Day is on a Friday. And so that means we would be turning around on Saturday and have Grace Time services and formal services on Sunday. And so this year I want to not do that. I want to give all of our volunteers and tech people and everybody a break. And so what I want to do is on the Tuesday, I think it's the 23rd of December, I'll pre-record a service. And it'll just be a simple service, and we'll stream it Saturday and Sunday of that weekend after Christmas. And I'm going to have Jason and Jordan and Marissa sing Christmas carols. And in my mind now, I have 5 Christmas carols. And between each of those Christmas carols, I'll tell a story. And I'm putting together what stories I want to tell. One of them is about Martin of Tours. I want to do that one. I want to do one about a cobbler. I want to do one about a boy who's talking to his granddaddy and about the night. And his granddaddy was one of the shepherds. I don't want to tell you any more about that, but it's a real special story. And I'm looking for one more. Not sure what that's going to be yet. Might be the 4th wise man. But just stories that have been around a long time. That speak to the season, and then it'll just be a quiet kind of time. Just tell some stories and sing some songs.
So kind of a flashback to March or April when we were exclusively streaming and.
Mm-hmm. Except I'll just have on a sweater and.
Casual.
Yeah, I'll just be sitting in a chair like this. And we'll just talk about things. Some of those stories. You know any of those stories?
Well, you didn't give a whole lot of information, so I'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Anyway, they're good stories. Stories I grew up with. Might tell a story about Christmas that when I was a little boy. I might tell that too. Might have too many stories.
You might have too many stories.
You know, there's a lot of stories around.
There are a lot of stories, and you always say, that's another story.
That's another story. And I do, you know, and I like stories. I really, people will remember stories.
Oh, yeah.
And you can, a story is like it's like a Christmas tree. Like a Christmas tree. You know, you buy a Christmas tree and not much to it, but you've got to have the framework to hang everything else on. And so it's sometimes in a story, in a sermon, the story serves as the naked Christmas tree. And then you hang the gospel truths on that, and the people will remember the story and then remember the truths. The truths without the story sometimes go right over the top. So I use stories a lot.
Very good. Mm-hmm. Well, that's exciting. There's a lot going on. A
A
lot of things planning ahead. You already have have things kind of planned out.
Yeah. Thanksgiving. Let me see, that Thanksgiving Sunday the 22nd.
Oh, that's an important day, because what's supposed to be turned in by then?
Time, talent, and treasure.
Time,
and
talent,
I don't
treasure.
have my envelope here.
No, but they're at the registration tables, and a couple people grabbed them this weekend.
Campus, right? Mm-hmm. Every campus comes in, time, talent, and treasure. And there's such a need in the area for your services, for your time, for your talent. Of course, your resources to keep things going. Y'all have been so great about that this year. So all those envelopes were mailed to all of our members. If you didn't get one, maybe we've got a wrong address for you, or you haven't yet joined. But that doesn't mean you can't do a time, talent, and treasure and get involved. This could be the impetus for you to get involved. In fact, we got 4 families joining the church this week. I'll be busy.
I got another email today.
Got another one today, huh? Mm-hmm. Fish jumping in the boat, huh? Fishing. Yeah, that's a good thing. You know, that's what they did with Jesus. They jumped in the boat.
Okay, we have a question on Facebook.
Question on Facebook.
Phyllis Spearman. If you have a family of 20, can we all sit together in connecting pews? I would think so, Phyllis. If you all come together, it helps.
And if you all have an offering envelope, that would be helpful too. No, I just do that. I just do that in there. But you know, that kind of thing. See, families, that's the way you really maximize your seating, because families you don't have to have the 6 feet between each person in there.
Right.
So, but that'd be fine.
Yeah.
That'll be fine. But when you sign up, you need to ensure that you put on there that these are all family members and you want to sit together, and we'll work that out.
That would be great, Phyllis. Your whole family.
Mm-hmm. So you got a big family.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I was going to say something and it just
Happens.
gone.
Happens.
Gone. Oh, time, talent, and treasure. The survey is going to also, if you haven't done the survey, it takes a minute.
That's the
it
time and
really
talent
does
one?
not take long. The time and talent survey,
It's all online this
all
year.
online on the website. It's at the very, very top of the screen, right next to service registration. I added a link up there. You can click there, take the survey, 1 minute, however long it takes you to put in your name and email and phone number, and then you just click a couple of boxes and you're done. That'll be in the e-news this week, so there'll be a link there, but it's on the website, ready to roll. So
And that video
we'd
is
like
still
to
on there
have
somewhere that I did, isn't it?
the video is on the e-news again this week. We'd like to have those by the 22nd also to print off and then put on the altar.
Yeah. And then we'll bless all that in those Thanksgiving services. 22nd. I'll be preaching this year Thanksgiving services, chapel and Cross Point.
And this weekend you're preaching an attitude of gratitude.
Here. Your mama gave me an A+ on that on the historic campus last week. So
Very good.
That's a high
so
mark.
it's a good one.
High mark for her.
It's a good one. We had something different at services this weekend. Communion was different.
Did
How
we
did
talk
that
about that
go?
last week?
We talked about it, but now we have.
It went really well. I think people were blessed by the fact that we received communion together, and then we said the prayer of thanksgiving together. Everybody was blessed in place, and then we sang a final hymn, and then people went out together. It was just a better wrap up, a better sense of fellowship, of community than the idea of come forward and get it and just scoot out the door. Worked well.
Now, I have
And
a
we'll be doing
question
that
for
from
you.
now.
If there is someone that is not able, that would like to receive a blessing instead of the wafer, because we do have that sometimes, how would you go about doing that? Would you suggest that they tell the usher and then the ushers let you guys know?
They would just need to come see me after the service, or whoever the priest is. Yeah.
Okay.
We're right there.
I had someone ask that.
There's no way you can't work the social distancing stuff if you leave up here and start going them on the pews to bless people.
So they could stay seated and then after the service.
Yep.
That would work well.
Same way with the gluten-free wafers. They can tell the people as they're coming in, I want gluten-free. And we have that right there
Yes.
for them.
So this coming weekend at Cross Point, there'll be communion, so that'll be the first time that we will be doing it that way at Cross Point. So thank you so much. I know Phyllis, you're watching. Thank you to the Altar Guild that's taken the time to put the wine on the wafer and package and get those ready for everybody. We really appreciate that. It's tedious, but we're appreciative.
Oh yeah, and people are blessed by it, and that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. So that's we're just getting a little bit better at working these restrictions in a way that more nearly approaches what we would do if we didn't have the restrictions.
One step closer to some sense of normalcy.
Yeah. But I'll be glad when we come back to the rail, though. I really will. But that might, who knows when that's going to be. There's
One day at a time.
I'm hearing rumors that there's a vaccine, but you don't know.
Right. One day at a time. That's
That's
all
old.
we're called to do.
That's
as
old
well.
gospel song. One day at a time. Good
Sweet Jesus.
Yeah.
More good news.
But
We're just loading up the good news today. The food bank, I got the update from the food bank. We had 197 families from our area served 2 bags of food yesterday, 197. So that's exciting that many people were blessed by the ministry. Again, though, 524 bags of food were donated. So you can't give what you don't have. So every week, you guys are doing just an amazing job of bringing food to services, and then Jim comes and picks them up on Monday from here and the historic campus, and unbelievable.
Doesn't it just give you pause to think that there are that many families who are coming to pick up 2 bags of groceries?
I know.
In this area. There's tremendous need, really is. But we don't think about that because most of us, the folks that we associate with, are not the ones who are coming to pick up the food. But just the fact that y'all are given that much food to bless the people out there, that just says something about your attitude. Well, that you have an attitude of gratitude. That's how you're blessed to be a blessing. Y'all have heard me say that over and over. You're blessed to be a blessing. And we have been blessed, every one of us. And the fact that we're blessing others is just proof positive that we acknowledge the fact that God's the author of everything we have. And he says, just say thank you. Just say thank you. In fact, that's kind of the theme of what my sermon is on the 22nd. It's just good manners.
It's just good manners.
It's just good manners. And I'm going to talk about the very first classroom that I was ever in. You'll have to tune in to see what that was.
That's another story.
That's another story. It's a good story.
It's a good story.
Yep. First classroom I was ever in. Long ago and far away.
Charleston?
I'm not saying.
Oh, okay. Keep
need
us
to come.
guessing.
need to come or watch online.
Or
Yep.
watch online, that's right. So needs this week at the food bank: canned vegetables, cereal, jelly, pasta sauce, Pop-Tarts, and applesauce. It's kind of a different list this week.
I don't need diapers anymore.
That was not requested, so maybe we're doing okay on
Yeah,
diapers.
maybe.
But bags, always need bags because that's how they distribute. So if you have paper bags or those kind of thicker plastic bags that the big box stores are giving out now in Beaufort County, you can drop those off too.
Great,
Yeah.
great.
So lots of good stuff. All right, what else do you have for us today?
Nothing? I'm loaded with information, but
Nothing to share.
there's a lot that you could tap into. Do you have a particular topic you'd like me to speak to?
Topic? I don't think so today. I think we're good.
I got my haircut yesterday. You didn't notice.
Well, you didn't notice when I got mine done, so we're even.
No.
You do have a little flip.
But the good thing is your mama didn't notice, see, because that's the kind of haircut she wants me to get, is a no haircut haircut.
Or you can't tell.
You can't tell. No
Okay.
haircut.
Okay.
I was thinking about you when I got my haircut yesterday, though. I asked Bobby, did he color people's hair? And he said, no, he didn't do that.
No, barbers usually don't.
And I told him that my father, when he retired, he started doing that. He had this,
That Grecian stuff?
you use a comb or something?
Yeah.
But I'm not into that.
No, you're all natural.
Highlights.
Highlights, natural
Highlights
highlights.
from the side. Did you ever have Olamide DeBerry as a teacher?
I did not. She retired before I got up to that age.
Olamide was, she had been a fixture in Sumter City Public Schools for a long time. Her husband, Bill, worked with a power company and was a lineman, and he got electrocuted when he was maybe in his late 30s and was paralyzed all down his right side for the rest of his life. And
Oh my goodness.
so Olamide was the main support for the family, and she did tutoring after school on it. But Olamide had coal black hair. Always black hair. Always. I went to visit her one time at the nursing home. She must have been in her middle 80s, coal black hair. And then I got a call to come back to Sumter to do her funeral. And she was at Brunson Funeral Home there, and she was laid out. She was all gray. First time I'd ever seen her gray. Now, she's in the early 90s then. But that was important to her, that she looked like she had the energy and zip to support that family, the same energy and zip that she'd had when he was electrocuted, and she didn't ever surrender, never. Quite a lady from the old school, great teacher, great mentor for me. First person I ever hired.
First person you ever hired. Man, there's been a lot of people after that.
Many. Olamide was a great lady, great teacher. Your mother struggled in her class, but that's another story too.
That's another story.
She struggled in my class too, so that's another story too.
Mary, thank you so much. Mary Atkins is watching. She said, I'm truly blessed and always inspired by you.
Obviously, speaking of you.
Well, I don't know. Thank you, Mary, from both of us.
Obviously.
You know, something really interesting happened at Cross Point this weekend. I got a Connect card from a couple that doesn't live here, but they have a second home here, but they don't live here permanently. They kind of go back and forth. And they wanted to join. But it was a real encouragement because she shared with me that it was during this period of COVID and isolation that they started really getting connected to the church through the online streaming. And I thought that was just an encouragement because you often think, well, who's actually tuning in and watching? And you know, all of that.
Because
And
we
it's
know,
just,
we
it's
know,
really
we have a
interesting.
sense of the numbers of them, but we don't have a sense of who they are.
Right.
And the stories behind it.
I know. So that was exciting to hear, because you do things like this and you're like, well, are we really connecting with anybody? And
And
a
making
lot
a
of that,
difference. Making a
yes, and
difference.
making a difference. So a lot of that we thank Jason for, because he popped on the scene at the perfect time. God is awesome, right? God's perfect timing, and helped us get on with the streaming right before all of this happened. But just what a blessing it is to be able to reach people truly anywhere.
And you know, those people they're all over the place, and they're looking for connecting points. I think. You know, and I would think, you know, there are a lot of folks who have been isolated in one way or another in their situations, and that's a way to connect. You would think through a screen would not be much of a connection, but it can surely speak to, just like we're doing now. You know, it gives people insights into real people, and that there's somebody, and somebody cares about them out there, and they just want to be a part of something bigger than themselves. So that's wonderful. And I think that, you know, in essence, we're building a congregation. I think you might have heard me say before that I think perhaps one of the next persons that we hire, a clergy person, will be the pastor for an online congregation, a virtual congregation. Because I think there's lots of folks, and just to be able to follow up on that person right there, how can we minister to you? Hook them up with a Stephen minister if that's what they need, or, you know, whatever. But we have a lot of resources here.
Right.
Then the Bible studies for women and men. And
That's
all
been
those
really
stuff's online.
interesting to see too. We started a virtual Bible study during this time thinking it was going to be temporary, but now we've connected with women in North Carolina, Tennessee, and now I've got somebody who signed up from Texas. So just to know that you can be anywhere and you can still be in fellowship together. So we're definitely going to continue that. We have a women's virtual Bible study that starts again in January, but we also have a men's Bible study on Thursday morning at 9 o'clock and Thursday afternoon at 2 o'clock. If you're interested in joining a men's Bible study, they're meeting on Zoom right now as well. So.
And that in the Financial Peace University, isn't that going to be online?
Financial Peace, trying to figure out in January if they're going to do online or in person, or maybe both. Do a combination of both. But if you're watching online on Facebook or the website, we have ways for you to interact and engage with us, to let us know where you're watching from, or if you have prayer requests, or if you want prayer right then during the service. There's a chat box and you can chat with us. There's a connect where you can hit that and fill out a connect card online, live prayer. So there are lots of ways for you to engage with us too. So make sure that you're letting us know that you're watching.
Tom is doing the Anglican history tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night we
And he's
start
gonna
the
have
next
some people
Wednesday night
live.
teaching.
Some people are going to be live, and others will be
This
online.
one, Father Tom's doing about the Anglican Church history, and you can come in person at 7 o'clock tomorrow night and participate with Tom live, or it will be streamed on Facebook, the website, and YouTube. So,
And that's 2 Wednesday nights, tomorrow night and the next Wednesday night.
right.
Anglican Church
And
history.
then it'll be Thanksgiving week, so we won't have one that night.
Yep, that's great.
So lots going on. So join us with
And then the
what
healing
you
service
can.
after that, and then aren't you going to be doing something?
And then I'm doing
In
a
Advent?
teaching
You
in,
and
I'm doing one Wednesday night in December. I don't know the date off the top of my head, on Mary. And Lisa Cerisi is doing the following Wednesday, and she's going to be sharing art
about Mary.
about Mary. So it'll
So
be
she's
2 weeks
following-
on Mary.
She's following up on your scripture they're teaching.
So I'll be teaching from the Bible and scripture on Mary, and then she'll follow up with, throughout history, all the different pictures and images of Mary.
Great.
So, and then it's January of 2021.
Okay, there you go.
We are looking forward to 2021, yes.
For lots of reasons.
Yeah.
But have been blessed in 2020. So we're learning as we go, and just grateful. Grateful. Praise God.
That's a good word for the year. Probably not a word that a lot of people would use.
I doubt it.
But when you think about it, there are lots of things that we
Very grateful for.
really need to be grateful for.
Very grateful.
All right, turn your shoe boxes in this weekend. Let
With
us
something in
know.
'em.
Yeah, not an empty shoebox, please.
With something in them.
With items in it for a child. And there's also, you need to pay for the shipping of the box. So all of that's in the brochure or on their website. And I'll link that on the e-news this Thursday as well. So looking forward to collecting those shoe boxes, and really a tremendous ministry. Tremendous
Amen.
ministry from Franklin
Amen.
Graham. So bring those. We'll see you at Wednesday night teaching, online or in person. We'll see you at services this weekend, communion at Cross Point, lots of things going on.
What can I say?
So go in peace to love and serve the Lord.
Thanks
be to God.
See y'all next week. Hope I see you at worship this weekend. Know that God loves you, and I love you too.